Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. This is a tutorial on Laravel, InertiaJS and ReactJS. Let's get going. The first thing we want to do is we want to install Laravel. And we can do that by going to the Laravel website and reading the documents. So here I'm grabbing the Composer Create Project Laravel example. We'll go inside the Visual Studio Code and we'll open up a terminal. That can be opened up with Control and Tilt key. I think it's the Tilt key. But you'll find it just under the Escape key. Or otherwise you can just open the terminal here at the top. We'll paste that command in and we'll call its blog. Whilst this is installing, we'll go back and we'll scroll a little bit down and we'll find this section here and we'll click this Starter Kit. Click on the installation, copy this command and then we'll paste that. Whilst that's going, we'll scroll a little bit down and we'll find here the next command to install React. I made a mistake. So what we need to do now is, we need to cd blog. I'm sorry guys, I made a mistake. Go back up, copy composer require Laravel breeze. So now we're inside the blog directory and we go into this direction. We paste the command. We'll go back down to the React command. Sorry, MySQL. And we'll finish with the install React. Now that should be good. Well, I know it. Then we'll do the rest of the commands which are shown here. If you're unsure what CD stands for, it means change directory. This bit just requires a little bit of patience. And we are done. We'll get the other commands in there. Okay, this npm run def is very important. So basically, the old way in Laravel would say php /serve, which we still need. What that does, it's basically going to, let's go to here. It's basically looking inside here, and it's looking at this welcome. But what we're going to do now is we're going to say npm, we'll open up a new terminal, which can be done with this little plus symbol. We'll say npm run dev. Now what's, oh no. This is change the blog. Okay. npm run dev. Okay, sorry, the starting bit might be a little bit complicated, but let me just explain it. So what we've done is we've installed Laravel, and then you're changing into the Laravel directory, which will look like this. Then we're setting up the starter kit. That will install the what's it called, breeze, and then the inertia. Even though it doesn't say inertia anywhere here, when you do this breeze install React, that's installing inertia, because inertia is required for React to run. Okay, that's that bit finished. So that's the setup, and we can test the setup by going to, let me just check, there should be it's this one here. We can copy that and we can paste it in. and there we go, we're all ready to rock. So the next stage is to make a plan of the block, and the best way to do that is pen to paper. Here I'm using a free tool called LibreOffice Draw. Okay, and we'll just do this nice and quickly because this is going to be a simple block. So make that white, and I usually generally start by going from the user. So we'll have the user ID, name, email, password, which you won't have to set up because it's already done by the Breeze. So which can be seen here. You know, you can register and it all registers, and it will come out here. You can see a database and the migration, and here it is: name, email verified, password. So we don't have to do this, it's already been done for us. The second stage though is the block. Now a user will come in and a user can create a block, and I'll show you how that's done. So the way that's done is, what we'll do, we'll have a blog ID, a user ID, which links the user to that blog, a head, a body, and we're just going to keep it that simple. And you know, you can and we'll go one step further actually, because you know, it will show you how to set up a database correctly. And the next thing is going to be a comment, you know, and a comment will have an ID, a user ID, a blog ID, a user IDs for the user that's left the comment, and just a body, because we don't need a title really, and the head and the body is just like a title and the description. So the user is going to have many blocks, and a blog can have many comments. So let's just, and you know, before you say anything, this might not be the industry standard way of doing things, but especially with these symbols and stuff. So we'll get started on that. So we'll pull this across here, and let's get rid of these. And let's go into this. And the easiest way to do this, close these up. We'll open up a new terminal, and it's to say PHP artisan. Oh, let's just make sure we're in the right directory. CD like that. Usually it's not like that. Usually I just open the Visual Studio into the directory, and you don't have to CD into it or anything like that. We'll start by creating PHP artisan make model, and the model will be blog, and we just stick this MCR, which is migration controller, and something else, I'm not sure, but we can check it after. So we'll create it. So it's the model, migration and controller, yeah. The next one will be the comment. And that's that done. We'll open this up and we'll see we've got it all here. Now, if you're not sure about how the migration works, I would just suggest to read the documentation. I can show you in the documentation right now. If we go up to the top, we can go to database migrations, and the important bit here is, if I can find it, is this button here. You can see here you've got all the variable types, which is important: string, text, etc., etc. So let's go into what we're going to create. So we're gonna have an ID, and then what we're going to do, we're going to have a table, arrow, foreign ID, and that foreign ID is going to be the user ID. Now the thing about Laravel does something very clever. It checks this beginning thing here, and it checks it to see if is there another table that exists on a plural form, and if it does, it will automatically link it. If not, there's some other steps, but I think you can study that in your own time. So the next step we'll say table, and we'll just say string, we'll call it head, and the next one we'll say string, and we'll call it body. And we'll go on to the, is this the right one? No, this is comments. So we've got to be very careful we don't mess up here. So we can copy that and we can stick that in here, and then we can go to the comments, and with the comment we've got the blog ID, and then we got the user ID, and then we'll just do that. We'll delete that, and let's just do one final one for the body. Now we've got the body. Let's call it string because it's a body of text, and we'll call it body. Now the third thing we got to do. Now what we have to do now is we have to link these. So we got a user, and the user has many. So what we do, let's close all this. Why is it annoying? Oh, what's going on there? There we go. Let's close these. Start this again. Open blog. And what we'll do, we'll go to the app models, and we got the, as you can see, we've got the models here now. In the models, what we shall do is, we got the comment. Okay, what we need to do, we need to go to relations. So we go back to the documentation, and we'll look at Eloquent, because Eloquent is like a, what is it called? A database management or something like that. ORM, Object Relational Management System, I think it is, yeah. So don't quote me, but as you can see here, Eloquent ORM, and it just makes life so much simpler. So the first thing we'll do, we will go to relations. Now what we have here, we have a one-to-many. We can see we represented that with this little symbol here. With one-to-many, we'll just, this is a new style of doing it. I think I've seen it. This bit here where it's like has many. I don't bother doing that. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. So we'll jump down here and we'll say user has many blogs because it's plural. We'll get rid of this and we'll say blog. Now we don't have to bother putting it up there because we got rid of it here. And the next one is a blog has one user. So we'll jump back up to the top here now. We'll say, let's go back. Let's go forwards. So it should be like this. Somewhere down here. This belongs to, yes. So we'll say a user has many blogs. Okay, and then what we do, we go to blog, we jump down, and we say a blog belongs to a user. So that's that done, and that's that done. We've done these two. And we can, maybe you want to change it a different colour just to help with things. We can do that. We say, okay, we've done that one. And we've done this one. So what we do next is we go from here. We got a blog belongs to a comment. I've got to think about this. This will go full circle because a user can have many comments. So a user has. So this user is not the user that. So a user who's made a